Huge altcoin news. Ripple X RPLERLUSD, Avalanche AVAX, and FEDEMBR ACESCRYPTO. Welcome back, crypto family. We have breaking news that could completely transform the altcoin market. Ripple has just launched their highly anticipated RLUSD stablecoin. Avalanche is making major institutional moves, and even the U.S. Federal Reserve is showing signs of embracing crypto in a way we've never seen before. Today, I'm taking you on a 5-hour deep dive where we break down what's really happening behind the scenes, how this impacts Ripple XRP, AVAX, and the entire crypto landscape, and most importantly, what this means for your portfolio going forward. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment XRP to the moon if you believe Ripple is about to change the financial system forever. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Market overview. Let's start with the big picture. Bitcoin is trading around $20,000, Ethereum at $10,000, XRP is moving near $10.20, and AVAX has recently broken past $20 after weeks of consolidation. But here's the kicker. The volume is not coming from retail traders like you and me, it's institutions. This sudden surge in volume around Ripple and Avalanche is tied to major institutional pilots, stablecoin launches, and even potential Federal Reserve policy shifts. So in this first hour, we'll break down exactly what RLUSD is, why Ripple launched it now, and what it means for XRP holders worldwide. What is RLUSD? Ripple's RLUSD is a US dollar-backed stablecoin, fully collateralized one-to-one, aimed at cross-border payments and instant settlement between banks and financial institutions. Why does this matter? Because Ripple already powers hundreds of millions in cross-border flows using XRP. But with RLUSD, they can provide a stable on-off ramp that's regulatory-friendly, transparent, and integrated directly into their network. Think of RLUSD as Ripple's way of competing with USDC and Tether, USDT, but with deep institutional ties. Ripple's strategic timing. Why now? After years of battling the SEC, Ripple finally has clarity that XRP is not a security in the US. This victory has unlocked a floodgate of partnerships. RLUSD was launched now because stablecoin regulation is heating up. Banks need compliant solutions. Ripple wants to dominate the institutional remittance market before others do. How RLUSD impacts XRP price? Will RLUSD pump XRP? The answer is yes and no. Directly, RLUSD won't replace XRP, it will complement it. Ripple's system still uses XRP for liquidity and bridging. However, the presence of RLUSD will bring more liquidity to the Ripple network, higher transaction volumes, institutional confidence that eventually spills over into XRP usage. Key partnerships. Announced. Ripple has already partnered with major banks in Asia, Europe, and the Middle East for RLUSD pilot programs. Some names include insert bank names if available from latest news, payment corridors between the US, UAE, and Singapore plans for Latin American expansion. This is just the beginning of Ripple's bigger plan to become the backbone of cross-border payments. RLUSD versus USDC versus USDT. How does RLUSD stack up? USDT, Tether, dominates trading but lacks full transparency. USDC, trusted but recently lost market share. RLUSD, directly integrated with RippleNet, regulatory-focused, and backed by enterprise-grade auditing. This positioning makes RLUSD a serious contender for banking and government partnerships. What do you think? Will RLUSD become the #1 stablecoin for banks, or will USDC and Tether continue to dominate? Comment below with your pick. Also, if you're holding XRP, type HODL in the comments. Let's see how strong our Ripple army is. Ripple and SEC case impact. Remember, just months ago, Ripple won a partial victory against the SEC. This allowed them to expand operations in the US, attract institutional partners who were hesitant, launch RLUSD with less regulatory risk. This shows a clear pattern. Ripple is moving from defense to offense. Potential challenges. It's not all smooth sailing. RLUSD still faces competition from other stablecoins, potential future regulatory overreach, market adoption hurdles in regions with strict capital controls, but Ripple has the war chest and the partnerships to navigate this. Price prediction. Short-term price targets for XRP post-RLUSD launch. Conservative, 0.80 to 1.00. Bullish, 1.50 to 2.00 if adoption surges. Remember, this is not financial advice, just market analysis. Transition to Avalanche. That wraps up our first hour deep dive on Ripple and RLUSD. Coming up next, Avalanche, AVAX, is partnering with major institutions, expanding subnets, and eyeing real-world asset tokenization. And this could be the key to its explosive growth in 2025 and beyond. So grab a coffee, stay tuned, and let's dive into AVAX.